Right, so the latest news in Ireland is that Israel have now closed their embassy there because of anti-Israel policies, which I'm surprised which hasn't been done sooner, to be honest, and Ireland didn't close it themselves. Anyway, Israel will close its embassy in Dublin over the extreme anti-Israel policies of the Irish government, its foreign minister said. Everywhere to be anti-Israel because of what they're doing. Gideon Saar said the Republic of Ireland had crossed every red line. Yeah, you talk about red lines, and you're the one that's crossing every red line, Israel. In a statement, he said Israel's ambassador to Dublin had been recalled in the past following what it's called Ireland's unilateral decision to recognise a Palestinian state. Well, yeah, well, obviously, yeah. Everywhere needs to recognise Palestine as a state. Should have been done a long, long time ago. He added that the decision following Ireland's announcement of its support for South Africa's legal action against Israel in the International Court of Justice, ICJ, a court accusing the country of genocide, which it is a committed genocide, by the way. Mr. Saar said the actions and anti-Semitic rhetoric, obviously, everything's anti-Semitic according to them, used by Ireland against Israel are rooted in the delegitimisation and demonisation of the Jewish state, along with double standards. It's not any kind of state. just because just because it's majority Jewish doesn't mean it's Jewish. So if you attack the Saudi Arabian government, does that make you Islamophobic? No, it doesn't. It's pathetic, and it's not a Muslim state either. Same applies for this. And it's an apartheid state. It's a terrorist state. 5, 6, 7, 8. Israel is a terrorist state. Israel will invest its resources in advancing bilateral relations with countries worldwide. Yeah, you're going a funny way of doing that, aren't you? You're not going to have any relations with anyone but where you're going. According to priorities that also takes into account the attitudes and actions of these states towards Israel. Ireland is pro-peace. Taoiseach, however you say that, Irish Prime Minister Simon Harris said the decision by Israel to close its Irish embassy is deeply regrettable. Is it? You should just close it voluntarily. He also rejects that Ireland is anti-Israel. Yeah, this is a deeply regrettable decision from the Netanyahu government. I don't know how you say that. Tyneste. Irish Deputy PM Michael Martin, not the former Labour Speaker for the House of Commons, a different Michael Martin, has said there are no plans to close its embassy in Israel. Yeah, it works both ways, doesn't it? Every country should cut ties with Israel, put sanctions on them, and recognise Palestine. Anyway, Martin said that he had been informed by the government of Israel of its decision to close its embassy in Dublin. He said, I believe firmly in the importance of maintaining diplomatic channels of communication and regret that this decision has been taken. Israel has no interest in diplomacy or communication. They just want to do what? They just want to kill all the Palestinians. 40-odd thousand dead now. They don't give a fuck about diplomatic channels. Just cut ties with them. Ireland's position on the conflict in the Middle East has always been guided by the principles of international law, which Israel don't follow, by the way, and the obligation of all states to adhere to international humanitarian law. He said that the continuation of the war is not a war, it's a genocide in Gaza, and the loss of innocent lives is simply unacceptable and contravenes international law. Of course it does. And they've still got the ICC and ICJ arrest warrants, which still haven't been followed yet. He added, it represents the collective punishment of the Palestinian people in Gaza and now the West Bank. We need an immediate ceasefire, the release of all hostages, and a surge of humanitarian aid into Gaza. Mr. Martin said Ireland and Israel will continue to maintain diplomatic relations, adding inherent in that it's the right to agree and disagree on fundamental points. Yeah, right. On 7th of October last year, Hamas launched an attack in southern Israel, killing 1,200 people and taking 251 hostages. In retaliation, Israel launched a massive operation inside the Gaza Strip, with the stated aim of eliminating Hamas, eliminating Palestinians, more like. So far, at least 44,875 people have been killed, murdered. Use the correct words, please. And more than 100,000 injured, mostly civilians. The Hamas-run health ministry said the UN regards these figures as reliable. Yeah. Cool. Is that it? Seems like there's supposed to be more. That's just the end of the report. So anyway, yeah. So yeah, the embassy, the Israel embassy 9 has been closed. Probably expect more to be closed, and the ones in Israel as well. So yeah, it's not looking good for Israel, is it? Never is. There you go.